All right, guys, I thought I'd come here live and just do a general market overview here. My daughter's in the other room watching a movie, so I am on father duty, but I wanted to get this out because I know, y'all are probably going through all kinds of maybe some emotions. We just got some liquidations in the crypto markets. Bitcoin fell. How far is this? We fell 8%. That's not terrible. If you've been through 2022, that's nothing compared to the FTX collapse. But yeah, one thing that's interesting is that somehow the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is still held up at 74. That is very interesting there. Oh, wait a second. It looks like it might have fallen to 67. It says 74, but then it says 67. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay. It didn't load, and so now it's down to 67. Okay, that makes more sense. So the Bitcoin Fear and Greed did drop. So people are feeling some fear, but there's still, there's still greed in the markets. And we can also look at the altcoins. This is total 3, so the altcoins fell quite a bit, but then recovered pretty nicely. Let's compare that to the total market cap. Okay, it looks like the altcoins rebounded better than Bitcoin and the total market. That's interesting. So altcoins are holding up surprisingly well. Let's zoom out a bit. And I talked in the video yesterday about how in the bullish case scenario, if we do head into a bullish move for the altcoins, which could happen any day now or towards the end of December, we could have an exciting New Year's. If we get an altcoin run, we could be heading up to these levels of resistance. This is the Fibonacci from the April 2022 peak here. And in the bullish case, we could head all the way up to the, this line, the 786 here. But I will keep you guys updated on that. And I'm thinking that because, Bitcoin has already shot up through that, the 786, as well as a few other altcoins. I think Rune has. I mean, look at that. Crazy move by Rune there. And then also Bitcoin Cash. Talked about this yesterday. Shot up to this 0.786, and then we rebounded down to test this area of resistance there. And then Link hit the 786 and went beyond it. And then we're heading back down now, and perhaps Link could be heading back down here at some point next year. So that's interesting. What else to look at here? Ethereum is holding up strong. It fell below this level of resistance, but bounced off. And we are at the Fibonacci, the 50%. So that's normal. There's always some resistance on the 50%. And all right, so what's really interesting is today is the day before the new moon and Mercury retrograde. So astrology aspects can come in, within a day or two of the astrology. So we are already arguably feeling and seeing the effects of the new moon and and Mercury retrograde. And so if we look more detailed at what we have, so we have the new moon coming up tomorrow on the 12th. And we have, some pretty negative aspects here with the moon, especially the moon squaring the Bitcoin Uranus, which also squares the Bitcoin Saturn. Typically when that happens, we get a lot of volatility. So we're already seeing this volatility. Could this just be a glimpse into what's to come? coincidentally or not coincidentally, we also have, you know, major macroeconomics happening here. We have the FOMC interest rate meeting on Wednesday. That's 2 days from now, when Mercury retrograde is going to be activated. And we also have the CPI reading coming in tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's what's happening. So typically when that happens, we see a lot of whipsaw price swings, a lot of volatility in the market. So keep an eye out for that. Prepare for that. All right. I've been putting out a lot of prepare now videos. So hopefully you are getting your strategy in place for a lot of volatility. And yeah, we could be going further down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I personally am selling some more Bitcoin because, well, I know this is not a popular opinion with Bitcoiners, but we're pretty high up here. And I mean, for all those bullish people, we haven't yet had the Bitcoin halving still. And the most we could go up from here, arguably, could be up to, you know, 48. Let's say, I would say the most bullish would be like 51. That's 22% up. Whereas, arguably, some of these altcoins, like, let me delete that there. Polkadot potentially has, like, this is not financial advice. Do not just buy stuff because I'm showing it on here. But I mean, if Polkadot did the same thing, it could be 180% increase. So that is what I'm thinking. But yeah, so I'm selling more Bitcoin, and sure, I'll buy some more if we head down to like 38 or 35. But might even need to wait until next year, perhaps March, April, May. Perhaps the summer of next year before we're in the low 30s again. So yeah, that's where I would plan to buy again. That is what I'm thinking, guys. What are y'all thinking? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that'd be a great buy there. What else? So I think that's the majority of what I wanted to talk about. Let me just double check if there's anything more. But yeah, so we have Mercury retrograde coming up. Let me go to transits. If we start moving, oh shoot, that's just crazy. But yeah, this is going to go retrograde, and typically there's a 70% chance that, you know, when this goes red, it's in the sign of Capricorn, which is all about practicality, hard lessons in reality. So we could have some difficult things to reflect on if the markets do go down and we were not prepared for that. It's not to say that it's not possible that we could pump. This is very difficult to predict, but it sure looks like there's going to be a lot of volatility. So prepare now if you're not prepared for that. And I'll be coming out with a lot more Bitcoin astrology videos if you want to get more alpha with looking at not just the TA. I know there's so many TA people out there. We're talking astrology here as well, so you can get an extra, you know, edge on the market. All right, so definitely subscribe. See more videos that'll be coming out through Mercury retrograde. I'm going to be talking about the full moon that happens at the end of the month. We're going to be talking about Jupiter turning direct at the end of the month. There's going to be a lot more shifts in the market, and we're definitely seeing shifts happening right now, and especially tomorrow and the day after. All right, so stay tuned, like this video, share it with someone you care about, and I'll see you on the next one.